Welcome everyone. Hello. My name is Olivia. I am kind of your tequila expert. We're gonna go through Mixology 101 with tequila today. I'm representing Casamigos. This is a really delicious tequila, high-end tequila brand that kind of made it by being a brand that's great in margaritas and cocktail. I like to say it's really the driving force of the tequila wave. A little bit about this brand. It was founded by Randy Gerber and George Clooney. The name Casamigos, it means house and home with friends because the brand really started from their house. He brought friends over, they were just sipping tequila, and he would make his own blend of tequila and finally realized he wants to make artisanal tequila that you just sip. And the whole point was you don't have to add salt, you don't have to add a lime, it's just that smooth. And I think that is really why it kind of brought a broader audience to the tequila industry, especially in New York, because people, when I was in college, my memory of tequila was a shot at a club with a reposado and a lime, bad memories, and so I was staying clear from tequila. But it was brands like Casamigos that really started to reconstruct the idea of tequila in New York and tequila in America. I don't like to talk too much without having you guys have a first sip, so we're gonna actually demonstrate the first cocktail, which is the Casamigos Margarita. Everyone has a little bit of ice already in their little jigger. Just a little background of what this is. This is going to be your measuring cup. The smaller size is going to be 1 ounce. The bigger size is going to be 2 ounces. I didn't know this, but there wasn't no 0.5, so we're going to all eyeball when it's like 0.5 ounce. If you like it a little bit sweeter, you can kind of go a little bit higher. If you like it less sweet, you can go a little less high than the half mark. The first thing you're gonna do is everyone take their jigger. We're gonna twist it to open it. You're gonna take your tequila. Let's take the Blanco. And we're gonna pour the Blanco straight into the drinker. So like this. Yep. The whole thing. My little trick whenever I'm doing anything, we're gonna have to pass a little bit the agave syrup because unfortunately we only have one. But my go-to is I always like to do the sugar first because it gets sticky and then I use whatever like acidic juices afterwards, so I really get all of the syrup. So the next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna take 0.75 ounce of agave syrup. So again, you know, you can just eyeball 0.75. Here is the syrup. And then we're going to do 1 ounce of lime juice. Right? And I'm gonna pass this way. And we're gonna do 0.5 ounce of orange. And if you guys forget, it's on the screen and it's also on your cards. Hello. We have a couple of seats right over here. Oh, okay, yes, that would be amazing. So you guys are gonna sit, and then just follow this recipe right over here. You're gonna put in the Blanco. This is 1.75, there's already ice in your jigger. You're gonna put, this is the lime juice, and the orange juice I'll get to you very soon. Your measurement is the smaller size, is gonna be 1 ounce. So if it says anything that's half or 7.5, we're gonna just eyeball it, and then this side is gonna be 2 ounces. Okay. Okay, everyone, you guys already are like masters at this. Like, why am I here? Yes. So you guys just shake it up. And then you're gonna mix it. Yep, orange juice and agave syrup. Here you go.
No, I love it. I love tequila. That's all I do is that with the lettuce. My skinny mom. That's my skinny mom.
Okay, and everyone try to pour out everything that's in your shaker because we are going to reuse it. Yeah, perfect. Okay, cheers. I need a little sip. Ooh.
Good health.
Wait a minute, I'm all shook up.
I mean, really the secret to a solid margarita is you have to use fresh lime juice. So this morning I want to spoil you guys, so I squeezed maybe around like 30 limes and like 10 oranges to get the ingredients as fresh as possible, because real fruit and tequila, it's like a match made in heaven. Yeah, I mean the lime juice is like, it's killer. Yeah, it's real lime juice. When I started this job, I really quickly knew I needed to get a nice juicer, so I splurged in a nice juicer so I can do it pretty quick. And everyone, like the food, everything kind of works with everything. I try to pair everything that works good with tequila. So feel free to taste the cheeses. There's some aged Gouda, there's some Manchego. Pineapple is always a hit with tequila, so enjoy. My name's Olivia again. I wouldn't say I'm an expert, but I'm trying to really learn the craft. I'm really making cocktails a lot and experimenting a lot. And my favorite drink of choice is probably going to be the next cocktail, which is going to be a yuzu mezcal sour. Well, thanks for coming, and I hope you enjoy the yuzu, the mezcal sour, which is next. Do you probably know yuzu? So yuzu is actually one of my favorite ingredients. It's actually like an Asian citrus juice. It's amazing. It's kind of like how, if you want like a secret ingredient that just elevates your cocktail game, definitely get some yuzu extract. It's like amazing. While you guys sip your classic margarita, I'm gonna just go a little bit on how tequila is made. Tequila is made from Blue Weber agave. Casamigos is 100% Blue Weber agave. The requirement only has to be around 51%. An agave is kind of like a cactus or a succulent, and there's many different varieties, and a lot of the different varieties are made into a spirit, but tequila is special because of the Blue Weber agave. After, there are these guys named jimadores that come with their masterful knives, and they slice the kind of leaf part of the agave. They take the heart of the agave and they actually cook it. They roast it, and there's actually different ways to roast the agave. There's kind of a steaming version. There's actually more like an oven where it's like baked, and there's also open pit wood fire or charcoal fire. So if you have any, really it's like mezcals that are smoky, a lot of those smoke notes are gonna come from those open fire pits that really add a lot of character. After the agave is cooked, it is basically broken down into pulp. It's very stringy, so actually getting the juice out of it takes a lot of work. They have this wheel that kind of rotate and break down the agaves, turning it into juice. That juice gets fermented. The fermented drink is called pulque. You can actually, they enjoy it in Mexico. In some parts of Mexico, they drink it like a wine. And then after, they distill it in copper stills or pots. And that beverage at the end, double distilled, is going to be tequila. It's a really strenuous process. Agave takes around 8 to 10 years to grow, so it's a process of love. It's a very manual, very difficult job. And what I like to see and what I like about brands like Casamigos is they're doing a lot to kind of modernize the practices. They're using a lot of different baking systems and different kind of fermenting systems to make it a little bit more smoother. A little bit more, what I want to kind of talk about is like the difference between tequila and mezcal. Fun fact, every tequila is technically a mezcal. Mezcal really means just a spirit made from agave. That being said, what's interesting is tequila kind of took off in America. It became a huge thing of trade. Tequila is made from one specific agave. It's actually made in only 5 states. So if you guys know like regions and kind of regulations that wine have in the wine world, tequila is kind of that same way. It can only be produced in 5 certain states. It can only be made by one certain type of agave. So if you think about it, it's kind of like a sub-region, whereas mezcal is the overarching category of agave. Tequila kind of being boomed and have that business, growth. It modernized, it got very polished, it got very clean. Mezcal kept the heritage and the culture. So a lot of the kind of steps or the categories of mezcal, it's really enhancing the traditional process. For example, if you look on the top middle drawing to the bottom middle drawing, this is an original Tahona wheel. It is actually a big stone that's made from volcanic rock. Back in the old days, there was a donkey that's kind of pulling that rock to really separate that agave and getting that fibers into juice. Whereas nowadays you see machines up top that kind of industrializes it and does it in a much faster process. We love both. I love my tequila for that polished, clean, really citrusy notes. And I love mezcal for the robust heritage and the smoke and that kind of really handmade artisanal feel. As agave is grown in very dry, hot regions, so I haven't seen the effects of like kind of more decimal temperature growth, how it's really affected the agave, especially because agave, it's not like a fruit where, wine regions, when it's hotter, right, it'll produce sweeter sugars. Agave, it actually is like a starch. So you actually need to cook the agave. The reason why it's baked is because the baking and the heat is actually going to start developing the starches into sugar. So for the mezcal sour, everyone is going to pour 1.5 ounce of mezcal. And this is not in a little bottle. I'm going to pass, I have 2 bottles of this around, so we're going to pour it around.
1.5 ounces?
Yes, of this bottle. For mezcal, there is they're not allowed to use the steaming equipment. They're only allowed to do the open pit fires. Also in distillation, it has to be in fire distillation. Nowadays, with modernized practices, there's also coils that can get the temperature up to be that temperature to distill. And there's things like jackets that they can use to put around the pot as well. So I would like to say the smokiness, it comes from actual fire. So I am going to go now with the agave. We're gonna go just a touch, so 0.5 ounce. And then we are going to take, does someone have the lime juice? Okay, perfect.
Oh, is that the lime juice?
Yes. So this is the yuzu extract that I use. However, you don't actually have to do 100% yuzu extract because yuzu is quite strong and sometimes pretty expensive. So my budget hack is I actually cut the yuzu extract with just fresh squeezed lime juice to kind of extend the life. We have a little bit more people than the yuzu extract, so we're gonna just cut it with some lime juice. I bought this online. A great kind of more local brand, I believe it's from California, is Yuzuko. But I like to say that you guys really should do yuzu extract versus any kind of yuzu syrup. Because the yuzu extract has no sugar. So it allows you to really control the amount of sweetness that's in it. Okay. So 1 ounce of the yuzu extract. And then the next fun ingredient is going to be aquafaba. This is actually the water of chickpeas. Like if you get a can of chickpeas, there is that little bit of water that's in there. It is the best vegan substitute for egg whites. And if you guys tasted the chickpea little snack that I made, that's from, because whenever I do this, I have like way too much chickpeas, so I turn them into little snacks.
Oh, you fried these things?
Yeah, I fried them and then I coated them with tahini. So, yeah. So think of the aquafaba almost as an egg white. The aquafaba. So this is going to be 0.5. So this is 0.5.
0.5, thank you.
Yep. No, oh, well, I do it from the canned chickpeas, like the already soaked chickpeas. I haven't actually tried it with the dried chickpeas yet, but I believe you can do it. It's I think there's like a chemical reaction that happens when you boil chickpeas. That water gets like really thick. So guys, when you shake this, you want to shake it pretty hard. So the aquafaba, like I said before, is like an egg white. You want to froth up the egg white. So shake at least 20 times. Okay.
And you could buy this, or you made it.
The aquafaba one, it's the chickpea cans, you know, the Goya ones. You just strain the chickpeas.
Oh.
Yeah.
Strained chickpeas?
Yeah.
And so you did that before you came here?
Yes.
So we've got to strain chickpeas if we make it.
If you want to make that froth, you can also use egg whites. I just, you know, if you are vegan or vegetarian and you don't want to use egg whites, this is a great option. Yep, so the bitters are going to be at the end.
You want to
So you're going to just take a little bit of just like a 1 drop. So this is what, I can see who really worked hard on the shaker. I see you're like perfect. I had to make sure that the ratio is all good. Pretty, no?
Yeah.
Wow, you got a great froth.
Thank you. I have other good qualities too.
Honestly, it's the perfect way to just get like a little bit more viscosity into your drinks.
Sure.
Thank you.
Yeah. Did you guys get it? Here you go.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Good job.
Thank you. Cheers, guys. You guys are such a great group. Okay, I'll go down the line.
I can't believe that. Wasn't that Mezcal gal?
Ah.
To our wives and sweethearts.
Cheers.
To our wives and sweethearts.
Yeah, cheers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I like to cut my yuzu extract. If I get 100%, I like to do 50% yuzu, 50% lime juice. It's a little more expensive. And I try to get like the nicest one that I could find online, and so I try to cut it so that it doesn't need all that yuzu. I've tried it with 100% yuzu, and the benefit isn't necessarily overwhelming. So So I get the Goya cans, the actual chickpeas, and then I dump the chickpeas out, and then the water is what you need.
That's aquafaba.
That's aquafaba. But it's actually it's actually so nice. You can actually make chocolate mousse. You can whip it up, and it froths exactly like egg whites. It's really such a, like, I'm not even vegan, but I love using aquafaba because it's like a great way to substitute egg whites. And I can make this really high protein, low cal snack. So. Yes. Well, I actually air fried it for 25 minutes. Then, yeah. Okay, so for the last cocktail today, we're going to actually take it a little bit back, make it a little more sweet and creamy. Honestly, I'm a citrus lover, so there was a lot of like citrus heavy drinks, and for sure tequila, any agave base, it goes so well with any kind of citrus fruit. But I want to show the diversity and why tequila is so exciting. It's the versatility that it has. Why it's kind of taking over the bar scene in New York is because it's a really exciting base spirit, really complicates and adds complexity to every single drink. So bear with me for the last cocktail. So for the last cocktail, everyone is going to be using the Reposado, and you're just gonna add the whole Reposado in there. There you go.
Thank you,
Yeah, no problem. And then before I do that, let me just, do you guys need more ice too? Everyone needs more ice? Okay.
Putting it in the shaker.
Yeah. Maybe if you can just pass this around, and then I'll start filling this one. I'm a little bit of a stickler, like I like when everything perfectly touches the rim. So we're gonna add ice just to make the quantity that perfect cocktail pour. If you guys don't care, you don't need it, you know. This is where the agave, you can be very light with it because there's actually a lot of components here that are already sweet, like the the creme de cacao and the coconut cream. So I'd say for me, in my preference, although it says 0.25 ounce, I would even cut that half of that if you like drier cocktails. Oh, let me give this a shake.
0.5.
So this is actually just coconut cream that comes in a can as well. And I added just a little bit of coconut water to make it a little bit more of it, like, yeah, it can pour. So.
Now we put this in too?
Hell yeah.
Yes.
You want a drink?
So it's 1 ounce of the coconut cream. If you guys don't want a creamy cocktail, we can also do coconut water, but I love a good creamy cocktail, so. We'll pour this, send this way. Yeah. And then we go with the Reposado agave syrup. 1 ounce. Yes.
What about this?
0.25.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that.
You did that already?
I think I cornered the market.
I don't think you haven't done it yet.
Okay.
No, I think I did. All right.
And then I'll take a little bit of that.
Thank you.
Oh, did you get this already?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. So then 0.5. Perfect. Okay. So we shake again. Yeah.
Can we have the coconut?
I think we're, yeah. Did you guys pass? Do you have enough? I did the measurements. We were supposed to just make it, so.
Coconut water, 1 ounce. Coconut water,
Coconut milk, coconut cream.
coconut cream. 1 ounce.
Yep.
So where do you buy creme de coco?
This you can get in like, you can get it in a ShopRite too. There's usually like the can section. There's like coconut cream that you can get. Yeah, Wegmans too.
Supermarket?
Any kind of supermarket you can find it. Yeah, and then just shake vigorously. Shaking is the best part of making cocktails.
Help me God.
I hope you need a toilet.
Look at me, I use a bad word, but you know what it is? You remember Joe Louis?
That was before my time.
Well, I would think it was.
Okay, we're rolling.
Okay, and then once everyone is done with mixing and putting it into your cup, we're gonna pass a little garnish, just a little peel of lemon. Beautiful.
Perfect, look at that.
That's my battle.
Perfect amount. That's why the ice is nice. It makes it look pretty. So the Reposado, just a little bit about what it is. It's actually aged tequila for 7 months in American white oak barrels. So it really goes well with any chocolatey and creamy flavors because that wood will add that like kind of caramel note to the tequila. Yeah. I do recommend for everyone to try it with coconut water sometime too. It's a lighter version of this cocktail and it makes for a really like elevated kind of flavor profile. Delicious?
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, the añejo is just going to be like a lot more wood, caramel, like those notes. It's going to be a lot more present. I think Casamigos, generally speaking, as a variant like versus like Don Julio and its other counterparts, I think it's even more heavy on like the vanilla notes when they,
Just
yeah.
a tiny little taste of it.
I mean, it's 7 months in oak barrel, which is, I think, like a little under 4 times industry standard of what Reposado has to be. Because Reposado, the requirement, it has to be at least 2 months in oak barrels.
I thought it was longer. It was 3 to 6.
No, I believe it's 2, and then the cap is añejo is at least minimum 1 year. Yeah. I know Don Julio Reposado got so big because it was 4 times industry standards of Reposado. That's why it's like really hitting off. But it always changes.
So is the añejo also 4 times industry standard for Casamigos?
No, it's not. I believe añejo is, I want to say, I think it's like 1.5 years from my memory. But again, these, I feel like for Casamigos, it's typically more of like the Blanco is like the most popular. I prefer Reposado because it already has a lot of those oak flavor profiles. Yeah, and I haven't had the añejo too much because I feel like that's where tequila starts to get a lot more for sipping and for like whiskey bourbon drinkers. And I like my cocktail territory. So yeah, so that's all the cocktails, and that's really all I got today. Thank you so much. You know, this is really a passion like industry. I think anyone that's in the alcohol industry, especially having the ability to make these cocktails, it's such a creative, exciting thing to be a part of. I hope everyone, you know, picks their favorite cocktail, figures out what they like, and, you know, take this as a stepping point to explore. You're in like the perfect store to do that. You have literally limitless options. But just a reminder that everyone that bought a ticket here, you do get to redeem that as a coupon to buy any Casamigo variant, which we have over here. And yeah, that's pretty much it. If anyone has questions, please let me know. And really nice to meet you guys. So. Hey, thank you.
All right, I came in today to learn a little bit more about Casamigos and mixing some great cocktails. Olivia was fantastic. I mean, this stuff is amazing. So cheers to Westchester Wine Warehouse. Thanks very much.
We are here at Westchester Wine Warehouse tasting some Casamigos today. Really awesome that Westchester Wine Warehouse brings in all these vendors and all these tastings and all these events. Really world-class event. You get to taste some world-class liquor and might be some discounts for you after. Thank you, Westchester Wine Warehouse, and hope to see you guys here soon.
I loved learning and making new cocktails tonight that I will take with me and make some at home. It was exciting and fun, and it's always fun to meet new people and learn new things. So.
This was very informative. I normally am not a tequila drinker, but I definitely have to some degree been converted. I'm taking home some tequila and I definitely will imbibe. This was very enjoyable and very instructive.
I really liked the class. I feel like I learned a lot about tequila and how to make really nice cocktails. I'm definitely going to go home and make these cocktails at home with my friends. And a great birthday party is, in the future. So, thank you.
Very good tequila.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even know, was I even on?
Wonderful job by Olivia, and thank you for having us, and we'll be happy to come back soon. Thank you.
Good tequila.